Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, give us a little bit of the history of Veridian Credit Union, because it ties back obviously into agriculture as well. And I
Oh,
think
absolutely.
it's an interesting story.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why we were interested in when the concept of the Ag Startup Engine was presented to us. Our history is the reason that we even agreed to take the meeting, because in 1934 this credit union was founded by 5 employees in the John Deere manufacturing facility, and obviously we all know who John Deere was and what John Deere's history is, and the fact that they are making a lot of big green tractors today and have been since the 1800s. And so in 1934, the Veridian Credit Union was started around the premise that John Deere tractor manufacturing employees could join this credit union. And credit union's philosophy is people helping people. In other words, credit union members pool their money in order to loan the money to other credit union members.
Yeah.
And so here we are in 2019, and we've grown from the John Deere employee factory setting to today what we call a community-based charter. And that all centered back to the farm crisis back in the early 80s, because the powers that be at the credit union saw thousands of John Deere employees lose their jobs virtually overnight. I want to say 6,000 employees were laid off in a very short time period in the 80s. They were all factory employees.
Just dark days.
Dark days of the
all
farm
over.
crisis, yeah. And so the powers that be at the credit union said, wow, this is really going to impact us. How do we look and have a broader look, or have a broader scope with helping people? Not only all those folks that are laid off, but all the employees that are still working. And so our charter was expanded to not only employees, but family members of employees, people that worked in this county, people that worshiped in this county, things like that. And it started in Black Hawk County, and then expanded to the 5 contiguous counties around Waterloo. And then from there, today we serve 99 counties in Iowa and 6 counties in Nebraska. But,
Fantastic.
But the agricultural roots run deep from the fact that we were a John Deere employee started credit union. And at the time, I believe, at one time there were 5 credit unions centered around John Deere manufacturing facilities. And then in 2004, John Deere came to all of us, and we weren't associated. We were independent from John Deere employees in Dubuque, John Deere employees in Ankeny, John Deere employees credit union in Ottumwa, John Deere in Waterloo. We were all independent, even though we had similar names. And John Deere came to us in 2004 and said, we would like you to change your name. From a brand perspective, there's risk, and so if you don't manufacture green tractors, we would like you to change your name, and we did, and we still have a very close working relationship with the employees in the Waterloo and Cedar Falls based facilities, and we merged with the credit union in Ankeny, so we have great relationships with the John Deere manufacturing employees in Ankeny and Des Moines and everywhere really.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Well, Deere itself is a whole story of agricultural technology, dating back to the moldboard plow to modern mechanization and precision agriculture today. So what we invest in at the Ag Startup Engine broadly, at least, is agricultural technology. So you've seen a lot.
Yes.
Not only Ag Startup Engine, but in other places. As you think about where opportunities are at in agricultural technology, where do you think they're most compelling from your perspective?
It's most compelling, I think, from the shortage of employees or people that can help the farmers do what they do.
So labor is
labor is a huge thing. So anything technologically that can affect being more efficient, helping with the labor shortage, and the fact that the global population on this globe is growing, it's expanding, and we have to produce more food. And we're sitting in the middle of the breadbasket here in basically the world. And so efficiencies around how do we get more out of every acre of land and things like that. So I think ag tech around efficiency and the employee shortage will be where I see the biggest opportunities. And so I just think that that's the fun part of seeing what the Ag Startup Engine is helping bring forward and bring to the market. That's exciting.